What's up, everybody? This is a bit of a different video. This is story time with Duncan, so sorry in advance for anything that gets rambly. I'm going to be telling you guys what happened to me when I traveled to the Dublin VGC 16 regionals. So a little bit of background, I was running that stream, I was commentating as well, but it was also my equipment, my laptop, my microphone, my webcam, my everything. Beryl made the layouts for the stream, she made the mon analyses so that we could do things in the dead time. And basically, I was trying to make the entire stream as professional as possible because it is my goal to make VGC 16 as professional and well run on stream as VGC in America. So VGC 16 UK versus VGC 16 America. If you watch their regional streams, they're very professionally run. They have multiple commentators. They really, really run it very well. And although I'm all on my own using a laptop, it's a powerful laptop, and I made it as professional as possible. The only issue we've had at the moment is the area they give us to stream is generally in the room with everybody, so it's noisy and the lighting's not great. But we're working on it, and hopefully in the future, those two remaining issues will be sorted. Anyway, I needed to get to Dublin. Obviously, it's my equipment. I'm running the stream. I'm commentating. I need to be in Dublin. And I could have taken a flight in the morning of the event, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to get there the night before. I'm going to be well rested. I'm going to get a hotel, which is expensive, £200 on the hotel. £40 on the flights, that's fine, it's not much, it's not an expensive trip, and it will be worth it for Pokemon. It's hashtag doing it for Pokemon. So I get on the train to Manchester, I go down to Manchester, I'm pre-boarded on my flight, I'm pre-booked on my flight, checked in, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm pre-checked in on my flight, I get my boarding pass, I go up to the scanner, I scan my boarding pass on my phone, your flight has been cancelled, please contact the Aer Lingus desk. Okay. Well, that's not good, but there is another Aer Lingus flight tonight. I'm sure they will put me on that. I am fully insured on this trip. And I go to the Aer Lingus desk and I say, hey, I need to be put on the second flight. And the guy goes, I can't help you. I am not an Aer Lingus employee. I'm not even an Aer Lingus representative. They've put me on this desk and Aer Lingus has no one on the ground here. So a little bit strange, but okay. He gives me a phone number of their customer service number and says, ring them. So I ring the number and it doesn't work. Somebody else comes up and says, oh yeah, they gave me that number too. It's the wrong number. It's 0033, not 0333 or something like that. So I'm like, cool. I type in the correct number. I ring them up. Phone starts ringing, rings once, and then there's a hang up sound. As in somebody has literally physically hung up the phone. It's not that it's occupied. It's not that it's not running anymore because then you instantly get a message. No, it rings once and then there's a hang up sign. So, okay, human error. You gave me the wrong number. That's fine. Human error, somebody accidentally hung up on me on the call center. Okay, that's fine. I'll ring them again. So I ring them again. Rings once. Hang up sound. Now it's getting a bit suspicious, but fine. I imagine that they're getting a lot of calls. Maybe it just happened twice. I ring them again. Rings once. Hang up sound. At this point, there is no way this is a coincidence, and it was the first angry tweet. And anybody who follows me on Twitter probably knows some of this story, but I'm still going to go through the whole thing. So that was the first angry tweet to Aer Lingus. At this point, I go online. I find Aer Lingus' Dublin headquarters number. I find the Dublin extension that I need to ring, and I ring Dublin, which costs me more money because it's an international call, technically, because Dublin isn't in the UK. So I ring Dublin, their call center in Dublin, and I say, hey, can I... Boom, boom, boom. Oh, right. So the call center is not meant to be closed for another hour, but I'm getting a virtual message saying we've closed the call lines because I thought it was actually an Irish woman that I was talking to because she says hello, and I say hello back, and then it's like, no, this is an automated message and we've closed the call center. So you've closed the call center an hour before you're meant to when all of your flights are cancelled. I go back to the desk and I say, I really need a seat on this other flight. You can at least sell me one. He goes, no, I can't. That flight's been cancelled too. We just haven't announced it yet. Okay, cool. So I was ringing Aer Lingus. I just spent 45 minutes trying to get in contact with Aer Lingus, and you're going to tell me that the flight that I wanted them to put me on, you could have told me at the desk when I first talked to you about it, when you gave me the number in order to talk to them to be put on this flight, that it was cancelled all along. Okay, fantastic. You are an arse. But it's fine. We're going to keep going. I'm going to make it to Dublin if it kills me. So I go to the Ryanair desk, and I say, look, I need a flight to Dublin. I've got fully insured on this flight, so I will be able to cover it, but I need to get a price from you. Then I need to go and talk to my insurance people and get it. So the first price she gives me is utterly outrageous. She says like £800. There's no way I am paying £800. I will walk to Dublin. I will swim. before I pay £800 for a Ryanair flight that takes literally 45 minutes. You're in the air for 45 minutes. It's one of the shortest flights you can take, and it's £20 if you book in advance. But she knew what was going on, and she decided to try and juice me. So fine, not going to pay that. I go off, I look online, I find flights for 200, one left. I go to the desk with it ready on my app, and I go, hey, it's 200, not 800. She goes, yeah, that one's 200. I was talking about a different seat or something. It was like a priority seat. All right, I didn't ask you for a priority seat, but that's fine. Can I have this one? She goes, I'm just dealing with this gentleman first, because he was ahead of you in the queue. Oh dear. He has an Irish accent. He clearly wants to go to Dublin. So I sit there, and this guy is buying the last seat on the flight to Dublin that I need to be on. This is the flight that Adam Mack was on. This is the flight my friends were on. So he is buying the last seat. And I'm sitting there, and his card gets declined once. I've never wished misfortune on somebody so hard in my life. Because he's ringing his mum, and he's going, Mum, can you please transfer the money so that I can get this flight? She says, oh, I've transferred it. He goes, cool, the card's here. But the bank hadn't yet registered that the money was through, so his card gets declined, not enough funds. I'm going, please be a 24-hour hold on that money or something so he can't get this flight so that I can get there. Sorry, dude. I know you're a kid. I know you're whatever. And he was like 18. Never wished misfortune on someone so hard. But I'm like, please get declined again. Card gets declined a second time. Yes. He's like, okay, I'm going to ring my mum. Rings his mum again. Talks to her. She's going, oh, you're taking a bit of time. I'm going to sort out this gentleman. So she's about to sort me out. He goes, no. I still want the ticket. She says the money's gone through now. She's checked online. Third time. The one behind the desk goes, if a card gets declined 3 times, we're not allowed to try again. He goes, no, do it. I believe this time. Card goes through, and it pauses on the system, and the woman goes, I think it's been declined. And I'm there like, yes, I'm going to get this last seat. And then she goes, oh no, all done. It's gone through. Heartbroken. Last seat on the flight, gone. I have no way to get to Dublin from Manchester Airport that night. And the next morning from Manchester, the earliest flight that EasyJet can put me on is 10. Now that's after, I would get there after the tournament started. There's no way we could run a live stream. It just would not work. I was heartbroken. So, Adam Mack, hero that he is, offers to transfer his ticket on this flight. And I've got to point out that Adam Mack at Dublin Regionals got enough points that it secured his Worlds invite. So literally he would have been giving up the points that got him his Worlds invite in order to get me on that flight so that I could do it. He offered to transfer the flight to me. The woman said that 1, he can't do it because he's already checked in, and 2, even if he hadn't checked in, it would have cost £160 to transfer the flight, at which point I could just buy a flight from another airport. So, I go, Adam, you go, it's fine. I'm going to go online and I'm going to find a flight. And I go online and I check every airport in the UK. I checked Stansted. There was a flight from Stansted, but it left too late. I was too late to get there in time, and it left in about an hour, and there was no way I was getting Stansted, checking in, all of that in an hour. Right, so Stansted, London is off the table. Right, we're going to look at Liverpool. Looked at Liverpool. There were no flights that night, and the next morning, the only flight was Aer Lingus, and Aer Lingus had been cancelling all their flights, so I wasn't going to trust Aer Lingus. I needed Ryanair. Birmingham. Birmingham was where I needed to go. Now, for those of you who don't know the UK, it's quite a small place. And you can get from Manchester to Birmingham in 2.5 hours on the train. So, 2.5 hours on the train, that's fine. £40 for the train ticket. I also had to spend £200 on the flight from Birmingham to Dublin because they were juicing people all day, which is perfect for me because I have my best friend, Robbie, you know Robbie, who lives in Birmingham. And he's got a new house in Birmingham, and it'd be awesome to go see him, even if it was just for one night. So, crisis averted. I'm ringing him as I walk to the train station in Manchester, and he says, dude, it's Mother's Day this weekend. I'm going back to Liverpool to spend it with my mother, so I'm not going to be there. Heartbroken. Heartbroken. My crisis averted has turned into a crisis again, and I say, I have nowhere to stay in Birmingham. I guess I'm going to have to get a hotel. He says, no, dude, don't get a hotel. I've got you. I will hide a key for you. You text me when you get here. I'll tell you where I've hidden the key. You pick it up. You let yourself in. You sleep at my house, and then you leave in the morning. Best friend in the universe. So I arrive at the train station, which is right next to Robbie's house. Robbie's house is 2 minutes from this train station. This train station is 11 minutes on the train to Birmingham International. So I'm like, I could go and hang out at Robbie's house here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go and stay at a hotel at Birmingham International. I want to spend my time with Robbie at his house. I want him to show me his house because it's his new house. And I think it'd be cool for my friend to show it to me instead of me showing up at midnight, letting myself in, crashing there and then leaving. So I decide to go to Birmingham International Airport. I get on the train, on my change train. I go to Birmingham International Airport. I get there. I go to the first hotel across the road from the airport, and I go, I need a bed for the night, and I need a wake-up call for 7 a.m. Sorry, we're fully booked. The one next door might not be. I go next door. Sorry, we're fully booked. The next one down the road might not be. I go down the road. Sorry, we're fully booked. Last hotel. Sorry, we're fully booked. And if we're fully booked and they're all fully booked, there are no hotels within walking range. So, looks like I'm spending the night in the terminal. Very tempted to go back to Robbie's, but I checked trains and I've missed the last train back to Robbie's, so I'd have to get a cab from the airport and all of that. I decide to head into the terminal and sit on one of the big massage chairs and try and get some sleep. Contrary to popular belief, massage chairs are not comfortable. They have like big metal things in the back that, unless they're moving and massaging you, are not pleasant. So I drop as much money into the massage chair as I can, and I have it start massaging me, and I'm like, I'll go to sleep when it massages me. Did not manage to get to sleep. Did not manage to get to sleep for more than 30 minutes the entire night. Next morning, I go through security at 4 a.m., hoping there's a more comfortable place on the other side. I get myself the largest coffee known to man. You can see that on screen now. I was tweeting this entire adventure, so a lot of people saw the tweets. I get changed in the airport bathroom. So my plan originally, get to Dublin, stay in the hotel the event is at, a really nice hotel. I've got a really nice room there. I get changed in the morning. I get showered. I get to look good. I get changed into my suit, which I've had freshly dry cleaned and pressed. You know, looking good, looking sharp. Instead, I get changed into my suit in an airport bathroom, which had just been mopped. So I had to be standing on my trainers and things to try and get the shoes on and the suit on without getting my feet wet and all kinds of nonsense. Get changed into the suit. Transformation complete. I am looking smooth. Even though I'm tired, I haven't slept all night, I'm looking good. And I finally get my plane announced. You know, it's going to be in one of these 3 gates. Go and stand by the 3 gates. I go and stand by the 3 gates. It gets to the time that my plane should be boarding. Gate has not yet been announced. It gets to 5 minutes before the plane should be taking off. Gate has not yet been announced. At the moment that the plane was meant to be taking off, gate finally gets announced. We all go to the gate. We get on the plane. It takes about 20 minutes to get on the plane. Plane starts taxiing, takes off half an hour late. At this point, I'm panicking because instead of getting there now at 9:30, I'm going to get there at 10, which is the end of registration. It's when people want to start the stream. But I'm still going to make it. Even if I have to start the stream really, really hurriedly, I'm still going to make it. Luckily, the plane makes up 20 minutes of that 30 minutes in the air. It's a very, very short flight. We land just 10 minutes late. I'm going to make it. I've got a cab already booked through Uber, and the taxi driver is waiting for me in the terminal. He's going to walk me out. I'm going to get in the taxi. We're going to go. I get through the terminal. I sprint in my suit with my backpack, with all my clothes in a bag, sprinting, okay, through the terminal to get to passport control because there are 3 planes all landing at once, and I do not want to be stuck in a huge immigration queue with passports. Get my passport checked, get in the cab, get to the event, stream the entire event. And you guys can watch that stream. I don't need to tell you how it went. I get to the event. I stream the entire event. I do get robbed a little bit, but I'm not going to go into that. Like, I got a couple of things nicked, but we're not going to go into that on this video. Finish the event. I do not have a hotel for that night because the plan was that I would be well rested, stream, and then we'd go out all night and then spend the night in the airport because my flight was at 5 a.m. So it's like, whatever. I won't need a hotel room for that night. It's £200 a night. I'm not going to get a hotel room just to sleep for 2 hours. But at this point, I'm almost 30 hours without sleep, around about 30 hours without sleep. So I really wish I'd had a hotel room, but instead we go out, we get a meal, we have a couple of drinks, go to the airport, we have a couple more drinks in the airport. I doze off on a chair for about an hour in the airport. We talk about Pokemon, talk about the lit new VGC team we're going to make, and then I get on the plane, I get back to the UK, and I'm like, okay, it's only 2 hours from Manchester, because I flew back to Manchester. I used my original ticket to fly back. It's only 2 hours from Manchester to home, and then I can sleep. Or it's only actually an hour and a half. The first train back is not for another hour and a half, so I am doubling my time until I get home. I sit in the airport. I can't go to sleep in the airport now, because if I do, in the train station, sorry, because if I do, I'm not going to make it home any decent time, and I have to record that day and all kinds of things. I actually wanted to stream that evening, which was insane. I finally get a train. I finally get home. Beryl meets me at the train station. She gets me a cab. At this point, I'm 50 hours without sleep. I've spent £700 on this trip in total, including the original flights, the hotel, the replacement flights, the replacement train tickets, all of that. £700 on the trip. I've had stuff nicked. I am 50 hours without sleep. I get home, and I was delirious. I was so tired, I could not sleep. It took me about 40 minutes to get to sleep. I collapsed on my bed and I slept until the evening. And then I got up in the evening, I ate, and then I slept some more. My trip to Dublin was an absolute nightmare, but I fulfilled my commitment. I said that I would be there with my equipment to stream. I said that I would make sure that VGC UK got streams that were representative of the streams they should be. And I did it. So I'm very proud of the fact I did it. Thank you very much for sitting through this long storytime video. And I will see you guys with a free-for-all tonight. So bye-bye!